Welcome to That Was History. As you well know, we've got plenty of great stories coming up, and I think this episode is a military and a theater of war style episode. But if that's not for you, we've got plenty of other cool stories coming up.
After witnessing the immediate and long-term effects of the nuclear bombs that were dropped on Japan, it has become apparent that nuclear warfare is a costly endeavor. Despite this, many countries still try to obtain nuclear power. But what about those countries that don't have nukes? Well, this question was raised on October 13th of 1999 when the U.S. Senate debated over whether or not to sign the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. This would eliminate all testing of nuclear weapons for any country and would hopefully prevent nuclear warfare. On this day, however, America would become the first country to reject the treaty with a 51-48 vote in the Senate, based on the fact that they had way too much to lose by dropping their nuclear defenses.
Throughout history, there have always been traitors amongst the ranks of any army in the world. Whenever a leader disagrees with another one about a strategy or a topic, it's not unheard of for a commander to trade sides, either publicly or undercover. Benedict Arnold of the Revolutionary War was a prime example of this. But we're going to talk about the German general Erwin Rommel, aka the Desert Fox. This general had gained great respect from his comrades and enemies alike, considered to be one of the greatest generals in desert warfare with a professional reputation on the battlefield. This would cause him to eventually butt heads with Adolf Hitler. After disobeying orders to kill innocent prisoners and Jews, Rommel decided to stage an uprising to kill Adolf Hitler. Unfortunately, Hitler found out about this conspiracy, and on October 14th of 1944, Rommel quietly decided to commit suicide by the form of cyanide on the grounds that his family would not pay for his actions.
Everyone knows that the Nobel Peace Prize is one of the greatest honors to be bestowed upon a person. This award is given out annually to someone who helps promote peace around the world. But today I want to talk to you about the winners of the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. On October 15th of 1993, Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk would win the Nobel Peace Prize. This is largely due to their efforts to help end apartheid in South Africa and promote multiracial democracy.
During the 2008 presidential race between John McCain and Barack Obama, one man would make history just by voicing his opinion against Obama's policies. This man would become known as Joe the Plumber and would be one of many bullet points used by John McCain in the presidential debates. On October 16th of 2008, Joe the Plumber would be mentioned more than a dozen times in the third and final presidential debate by John McCain in order to swing more voters to the Republican Party in order to win the presidency. It's so funny to think that this all started by an ordinary man chasing the American dream and a chance encounter from him and Barack Obama and the tax plan that he didn't like.
Well, if you're a science person, or if you ever had a high school chemistry course, you know the formula E equals mc squared. For all you non-science majors, this means energy equals the mass times the velocity of light squared. But do you know where this formula actually came from? This formula was founded by Dr. Albert Einstein, and if it was not for his arrival in Princeton, New Jersey on October 17th of 1933, he might just have been killed because he was fleeing Nazi Germany at the time. Something else that's interesting about this guy. He invented and patented the first refrigerator. That's right, guys. If it wasn't for this man, you wouldn't be able to pull out one of these and enjoy an ice-cold beverage.
Here on That Was History, we have brought up many stories dealing with space exploration and the possibility of life somewhere else beyond our planet. It has always been man's dream to go into the far galaxy and live there. October 18th of 1967 is just one of many examples of our attempts to find this inhabitable planet. On this day, the unmanned Soviet capsule Venus 4 made a soft landing on Venus's surface and radioed back the environmental conditions. It discovered that Venus is way too hot for humans with temperatures around 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you believe that? 800 degrees Fahrenheit. We get hot when it's only about 100 degrees. I can't imagine 8 times that amount of heat.
So you sit down after you're making your dinner, you're watching TV, you're watching one of your shows, and what comes on? Yeah, that's right, you got it. Those blasted commercials. They're in almost all of our TV shows. I mean, you can't get through a TV show without seeing at least 20-30 minutes of commercials. It consumes most of our TV shows nowadays. Well, on October 19th of 1988, a bill was passed by the Senate to limit the amount of ads during a children's program. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go back to being a kid. Here I come, Flintstones. Scooby-Doo to the rescue!
Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We hope you enjoyed some of the content we had for you, especially if you're a military buff like Jeremy and I are. But be sure to come back next Friday as we have another episode and 7 more great stories for you.
And also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and make sure you subscribe to our channel.